YouTube, what's crack-lackin'? Scott from SemiPro here. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but I'm gonna have to be because I see a lot of false hopes circulating around social media and circulating around the internet. Everybody has this idea, this crazy idea that college football is actually going to happen this fall. I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news here again, so if you can't handle it, just turn the video off. College football is not happening in the fall of 2020. It's just not. Get it out of your mind. I know it's exciting. I know we look forward to it. I know it's magical. I know it's awesome to support your local school, but the risks are too great and everything just cannot work out. Of all the major sports in the United States of America, college football has by far the lowest chance of actually working out when it is supposed to and how it is supposed to. There is just no way. In this video, we're going to get into three reasons why college football absolutely will not happen in the fall of 2020. But before we get into those, I do want to thank you guys because we just reached 10,000 subscribers. That is awesome. We really just started this journey a few months ago, so it's been awesome to see all this growth and see everything come in. Thank you guys for all your support, and this is just the beginning. You guys are on the ground floor of this thing. We are not stopping anytime soon. One day you're going to be telling people how you were subscribed to SemiPro since 10K. I promise big things are coming. Without further ado, let's get into reason number one why college football isn't happening in the fall of 2020. This is the most obvious reason: health. Simple as that. No matter if you want to be in denial, no matter if you want to say it's just another flu, we are in the midst of a global pandemic right now. The last thing that you want people doing is flying different places every single weekend and then returning to a college campus after getting back from these places. It's ridiculous. Saying young people aren't affected by COVID-19 is just a straight up lie. Yes, the numbers do favor young people in this and their chances of making a full recovery from it, but that doesn't mean we are immune. Everybody is susceptible to disease and no one has a perfect body. Even these athletes who we tend to glorify, they're muscular, they're large, they're big, they're fast, they're strong, they seem like they're in perfect health. That's by no means a free pass from COVID. Yes, the chances are a lot better, but not everybody is safe, and we have to accept that. What about the lineman with sleep apnea? What about the corner with asthma? What about the 65-year-old coach? It just doesn't make sense to endanger that many people on a weekly basis. So many people are involved in the production and making a college football game happen. That's so many people to transport, so many at-risk people, so many people will be exposed to COVID-19, and there's not a chance that if they did this thing where they're all flying to different schools every weekend, that no one comes down with it. And then if one guy comes down with it, that whole team's got to quarantine, and then it's just all over and it's all messed up. Logistically and health-wise, this just can't happen. Reason number two, it's unfair to the players. As simple as that. We see the NBA happening and we think the NFL is going to happen, and we see the MLB trying to make a comeback. Everything looks great, but the only reason that this is happening is because the players are willing to come back. They don't have to. They have to be willing to come back, and their incentive to come back is the cash, and nothing wrong with it. That's why you work to get to the next level, so you can make tons of money playing the sports you love. But in college, they don't have an income. Yes, they have scholarships, but it's not like they're passing up a $12 million contract, a $20 million contract, a $5 million contract. They have absolutely no incentive to go out there and risk their health, their family's health, their roommates' health, whoever. They really don't have an incentive. The only side that benefits from this is the school. Schools will be losing an astronomical amount of money if college football doesn't happen, especially a school like I go to, like the University of Oregon or an Alabama or an Auburn or an LSU or a Washington or a USC. All of these big schools that have hella revenue from their football programs are going to be hurting big time. and the schools are the only side here that is really going to be taking a big hit if college football doesn't happen in 2020. Reason number 3 is simply the logistical issues. We already touched on them a little, but there are so many issues at hand here. First of all, let's just say they do play college football. Let's say they try this. We already have some of these major conferences saying that they will not be participating in non-conference games. So that's already a huge games cut. How are you then going to compare teams in different conferences in consideration for bowl games and the playoff? The simple cut of the non-conference games makes a huge logistical issue. And then you have the side of the logistics that's more tied into health. If one player on one team, I don't wish this upon anybody, but let's just say one player on USC, one running back gets the coronavirus. That whole team then has to quarantine for X amount of time, probably a couple weeks at the least. Then all your schedules are messed up. But then the team that USC played last Saturday, they've also got to quarantine. It's just a big spider web of stuff that would happen, and it would just unravel way too quickly if they did try to make this happen. I love sports as much as the next guy, obviously. I run this sports YouTube channel. Sports are my main passion. They're my blood. I love it. I love watching them. I love analyzing them. I love talking about them. But at the end of the day, college football is not a feasible or responsible thing to be doing in the fall of 2020, and ultimately that side will win out in this argument. I put it at about a 2% chance that college football actually happens this fall, and that only 2% comes from the fact that universities might be greedy because of how much money they're going to be losing. It would be a horrendous decision to do so, but I can't say I have to completely write it off. But do not get your expectations up, do not get your hopes up, because I can tell you where you will not be on Saturdays in September and October. You're not going to be at your local university's college football stadium. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you did enjoy this video, make sure to click the thumbs up button. It really does help us out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button. We post awesome sports content every single day here on SemiPro. I promise you will not regret it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me, and have a blessed rest of your day.